Welcome back, Induztry House podcast, right here, Life of VBO Lounge. Talking about VBO Lounge, we're going to be talking about the 40th anniversary, and we've got the main guys behind VBO that made the whole, club scene happen right here, not London. They've put London on the map in the UK. VBO Lounge, we got the CEO himself, the boss, to tell us about VBO Lounge 40th anniversary. We got the manager, boss, something boss. We got the whole VBO crew in the house this evening. DJ Abass, is in the house, the legendary DJ Abass. We're going to be talking about the 40th anniversary VBO, just like that too. I remember when VBO opened, it was like just before the pandemic. Is it? Yeah, am I right? So
6 months before the pandemic.
6 months, yeah. So Victor, please, can you tell us more about VBO Lounge? What was your concept? How did you get about say, what? I just want to open a nightclub. I want to change the game in London. I want to put London on the map.
I think that one need to be on a book. That one need to be on a separate background. I think maybe we'll be looking at on our 50th anniversary to have, God willing, there's a lot that need to be said. I think the vision was to provide something that was not around at that time, and that was to bring in class, and that was to bring in class and prestige to not just Nigeria but our African community. Basically, at that time we sort of looked at things that how are we going to be proud of when we bring in people from Nigeria, where there are also beautiful clubs. There are beautiful clubs in Zimbabwe, there are beautiful clubs in Uganda, there are beautiful clubs, but then why not London having beautiful venues? You understand? And a lot of the places we have were probably restaurant with a standard license that does not fit the picture of that nightclubbing. So it's to try and bring in that into it. And ever since the birth of VBO, we've never stopped in terms of improving and trying to make sure that we set that that bar where every venues have to be investing back into their business to get it standard. So that was the motivation, and you can look at from when VBO started and up to now why the model is never to stop putting back into it. So it does say a lot. It does tell you that it's about the passion that we all have for the business, and that is by continuous invention, bringing in new things, changing things all over again. And it's been good. There's been ups and downs. 6 months into the business, pandemic came, lasted as long as it lasted.
And many businesses did not come back.
Yeah. And after that, just about 10 months after pandemic, that businesses were now trying, especially the entertainment, the nightlife industry was trying to come up. We had a fire. The fire took about 80% of the top floor here.
Wow.
And
you still managed to go through that.
Yes, and I think
that didn't even put you off, like
No, I think the vision. I think the vision is. I think I was here. I think we finished up tonight, and we got home and had a phone call. We got one of our regular who knew myself and Taffy, and she'll be and tried to reach me, couldn't get hold of me. I think fortunately enough was that Taffy hasn't gone to bed at the time, so hasn't gone to bed, and they managed to sort of get hold of him. They all got here before me. They all got here before me. By the time I got here, and
There was fire.
There was about 8 fire engines.
Fire engines.
Yeah, 8 to 10 fire engines.
Wow.
And I stood out there. I was just looking, and I think when we finished, the forensic fire investigator came and said, "I'm proud of your fire safety measures. I'll take you guys in." So we came in here and looked at it. I didn't say a word. I just picked up my phone, started ringing the builders. I think it was Kai that said, "Are you serious? You've not even processed all this."
Yeah.
To me, I always believe in solutions. I don't dwell in problem. It's happened, it's happened.
Mm-hmm.
The way forward is basically, let's get this going. 6 months later on, I can start thinking back and trying to put measures in place to make sure whatever happens never happens again. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that at that time, ignoring it doesn't mean that we're not discussing it. Mm-hmm. But at that time, because sometimes you can easily get carried away into that problem, and it weighs you down, it draws you back.
Yeah.
So you then can move forward. But let's bring into solution. Okay, we need to get this going, and the mission was to get this back on track. No roof, everything burned down. To get this back on track in 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
So you just went straight.
And it was done. It was done in 3 weeks.
Wow.
It was done in 3 weeks from the time that it got burned, from the 12th of February 2022. We opened back up again. Up here was ready for Casey's birthday, which was on 11th of March. March 11th.
I had a show before March 11th.
Yeah.
Remember, I had my end of month.
Yes.
And because I remember when I saw somebody just sent me a video, and it said VBO on fire.
Wow.
And I swear I don't know how to describe it.
It was like a joke.
I don't know how to describe it, because when you're a part of something, even if I wasn't a part of something, the fact that such an establishment, I actually just saw flames, VBO on fire. And not only that, I'm a part of the structure, I'm just thinking, and that was about 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I tried to call you, and then I called Taffy, and then I came the day, and then you said firefighters, and really what was on my mind was not even my event coming up, because as a promoter I also have promotional instincts, because I'm advertising the show, and I'm like, okay, but because I know even if I miss this show, there are many shows we'll do anyway. But the whole building, so, and then of course when everything calmed down and we spoken, the question so will this place be open? Will this
because that's the next question.
Will this place be open? And Victor said, no, downstairs is fine. That is just upstairs. I said, what's downstairs?
That's true.
No problem.
Yeah.
In fact, I was shocked, because when he kept saying that it will be ready, in fact, he didn't even say 3 weeks. He told me by the next weekend it will be ready. If you remember,
yes.
He said by the next weekend.
That's the time.
I said, Victor. He said no. He said it's going to be ready. He said it's going to be ready by next weekend. I said, and then when I saw the damage, I said, Victor, no, it's not going to happen. But even 3 weeks, it's not a joke. And I don't know if I was next to speak or Taffy, because I think the order was meant to be like this.
No.
But I'm speaking already, so let me just...
because we're talking about the fire, and you were involved.
But I was the first person to have an event in this place.
Yeah.
Okay.
The very first. So
you opened this. But even before
Abass.
we opened, even before we opened, Abass has been like. That's why I said that he's been, just like Abass knows the history of this place, just like myself and Taffy. So he knows, because I remember before we opened.
Yes,
we were coming before we even set opening dates. You said, "Oh, Victor, it's not going to open. It's not going to be ready.
It's not going to be ready. It's not going to be ready.
The conversation. It's not going to be open." I said, And there was a time I even told Taffy, I said, Abass is negative. He keeps saying he's not going to win. He's not going to win.
You know what he's saying.
But I'm not negative.
No. I was going to I said, why is he saying now? You know,
because I know.
Yes, because you know. Then he got to a point and I said, he's right. You know, we're not ready yet. You understand? Until we got ready. You know, the time came. We sat down. We had a master plan. So he put everything in place. The opening night.
Wow.
Bang on.
So my attachment to VBO, I have a bias, you know, and it's we're talking. In fact, when you told me 4 years, I'm like,
just like that.
4 years, you know. But then I thought pandemic. Okay. Do you get it? Because I knew it was before the pandemic. And look at the hurdles. You know, you open a business, they tell you any business you open in this country, don't even think of profit for the first 6 months. But VBO was so lucky because VBO kicked off with a bang. Do you get it? And just at the time when it was meant to go into overdrive,
the pandemic
things closed. Many businesses didn't survive the pandemic. I can tell you.
Yeah, a lot.
Because every day that door is closed, money is still ticking. So my attachment to VBO is more than just a venue. It's like a home, you know. It's like a home. So I look forward to I live just 5 minutes down the road. You know, it's I've always wanted to have that, and in terms of the quality as well, we must not downplay that. I have 30 years experience in the business firsthand. And I've gone through so many generations of entertainment, African entertainment in this town. Trust me, name the venue, we've done it. From the West End to the outskirts. And I'm a veteran DJ. And I have to be very selective about where I am seen. So
who you associate yourself with.
It's not that I don't get offers or I don't. But when you find a situation where everything just works, it's down the road from me. It's a classy venue. We have a great working relationship. The vibe is right. Really, when all the boxes are ticked, I'm very comfortable telling anybody to come catch me here. There are venues we've played in the past where I can't invite some people. That's just the truth. But I'm very comfortable to say, no, come to VBO. And they always come back. That is not something we used to say about African or even Nigerian clubs in the United Kingdom, and it's still something we can't say for many as well.
That's true.
You know, and I'm saying that guardedly, but that's just the fact of it. So it's been a journey, and I'm glad to have been a part of that journey in a certain capacity as well. And you can, if you come into VBO and you come back in 3 months' time, you may not recognize it.
It's different.
No, that's the truth, you know, because
it's different.
It's like, in fact, I always say, Ogao.
And you know what? And they're still working though.
Remember,
I always said to you, no, it's not finished.
You know, I'm not here every Friday. I'm here once a month. So there's 30 days in between every time I come, and every time I come, there's always something new. And that says a lot about the management of the venue.
Yes.
It says a lot, because in the club business, the general rule is people don't spend. That's the general rule. They gloss over. Paint do this, but you see a lot of structural, you know, the lighting. No venue I know matches the lighting system in this place. None.
Right now.
None. You know. So it's been, for me personally, it's been a great journey. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. At this stage of my career now, I'm very selective, and I just know everything just works for me here. The working really, and the venue can be everything as well, but if the human factor is also not there, you don't want to walk into a venue and you're not comfortable, you can't speak with this, you can't, you know. So the working relationship, it's like I just walk in, I do what I gotta do, and I leave.
Wow.
So everything ties up for me, you know.
That's good.
So
that's good.
And to have achieved that within 4 years. 4 years.
4 years.
Because, you know, clubbing is about building a culture. And some of the longest running clubs in this town, it took them 10 years minimum to build a culture. And they've been able to build that in 4 years, at least within the African community.
Yeah, and he's a roadblock every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Kudos.
Taffy, how did you get involved with VBO? It's a long story, isn't it?
Yeah.
We need to know that. 4 years now. You guys been doing this back to back.
Yeah, it's 4 years since we opened, but obviously we were working at it for much longer. I think
5 years.
Yeah, almost 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
You knew this place when it was burned down. The old structure, as you bought it.
Yes, from an empty building, isn't
yeah,
it?
it was
From
empty.
Okay.
It was empty. I remember
So-
the day that Vic actually called me. He said, "Oh, bro." He just sent me a post.
So you lot knew each other before?
Yeah, of course.
okay.
He just called me and said, "Oh, let me send you a postcode. You know, meet me at this place at this time." So I got here before him. And I was standing there and I was looking around and I'm thinking,
what's this
Does he want to come and kill me or what?
I think what had happened is before we're discussing some business ideas and we're looking into properties and things like that.
Okay.
So when I got here and I'm looking around, so that wasn't there. So
No,
that was
that
empty.
wasn't there.
Same as that place, it was empty. I think that was there, but it didn't look like that.
It didn't look like that.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
has changed also here.
A lot has changed also around here.
And the building itself was like a
Was
old
it
pub,
derelict?
really.
There was
No, there was
no
no
building.
There was no
There was no
This was a
building.
forest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a forest.
It was a
Within,
big.
yeah.
It was like you could see trees coming up, leaves coming up. There was like a little wall, maybe that you could just.
So there was no
into.
building on this.
There was no building.
Wow.
Yeah. So so he said, so I get there and then he comes in and he goes, okay. What do you think about this place? I was like, for what? For this bush or what? And then I think we went out for drinks after, and then so he just laid out the vision, and again it's been a long journey. It doesn't feel that long. Because obviously once we just started, and the nature of Vic is just really is once he just says let's go, it's let's go.
Yeah.
So and that's what happened. So from that day it was let's go, and now we're here. But yeah, it's been a journey, and again above everything else is the vision, you see, because above everything else, everything, like what Abass is saying, everything can be right, but if the vision is not, because you have to follow a path, you see. So if the path is not right, it doesn't matter how how many people you have, it doesn't matter who is saying the path is not right, and that's one of the reasons why we call him the oracle, because it's that vision he sees way ahead, way before anybody else has seen, and that was it. I think it did, like you guys were very integral to how this place has been. You started it up, we've been going since. But I think the main thing that I'll just have to sort of say is basically like what you were saying, that the standard of clubbing and the standard of especially in the African community, I can dare anyone to think back 4 years ago and tell me of especially an African club that looked good. That
been to all the clubs in London,
a venue. I mean, obviously there were venues and people did what they did, but in terms of that class and upping, things have changed. There are so many now that have also come up, and they've also now learned and also done the same thing and brought their standards up as well.
Because of the standards you lot set.
That's a benchmark.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then the trigger was that, because before, like what Abass will tell you, there's so many. We used to go out. Sometimes you just go to a place. People will say, there's a party here, there's a club there. You get in there, and what you see is just like, anyway, forget the building. Let's just have fun. But now people are not like that. That things have changed. And to be honest with you, I think about Victor and his vision as the trigger for that. Because after what he started to do, and after that vision and that standard of excellence, everybody else has started to also realize and think, we need to up our game. So so the industry has changed. It's only been 4 years, but in that 4 years a lot has happened, not just at VBO but also for so many other people who are in the industry, and he's been the trigger. So we have to give it up to him for that.
And ironically, he came into the game with zero experience in nightclubbing.
Zero experience.
Taffy, we all did.
No.
And I remember we sat down.
Are you
talking about Taffy? Have you ever
we
been
have
in
to
the
create
industry?
our motto. You understand?
Abass, before that, what about Taffy though?
We both did that. I just told you that we both.
What if you're neutral? Seriously.
It's all about we create this model. This is the model. We go with this model.
Zero experience.
Yes.
Because I used to have that conversation, and I would tell Victor,
I never used to club. I don't go to clubbing.
You have to get used to. So I would say, Victor, some things are going to happen.
You were saying that.
I used to say that. I said some things will happen. Oh,
Yes.
I'd say some I can't even mention here now, but I would say some things. True. I would always mention because and like I said, the building is the building. Fantastic. But the building cannot run itself.
No.
That's something we must not take our eyes off as well. The management of the venue.
Yeah.
I've seen great venues with lousy management.
Yeah.
And people will come, but they never come back. So let's just give as much importance to the running of the venue, and also the fact that the key players are always on ground.
Yeah.
Because what you hear generally with most African clubs is, they start well, but after a while, it dips. You hear that all the time. But the difference here is you start and it seems to be
going
you're
up.
just chasing that dragon, So that is the general narrative. So while we acknowledge the building, we also have to acknowledge the management.
100%.
It is just as important.
It's very important. Yeah,
very important. Because it's easy to miss it.
Yeah. I mean, talking about that, what are the challenges you've been facing throughout these 4 years?
I think like we like I listed earlier in terms of challenges, they've been ups and downs in terms of events that has happened, the negative events that has happened or incidents that has happened. I wouldn't mention the pandemic because it literally affected everybody. But one of the key things is that it was different because we were just like a baby into it, and what Abass said is that we started with a good drive, and I remember within 5 months that we came in, we brought in a very good artist, Ricardo Banks. Ricardo Banks performed on the 20th of February 2020, so just a few weeks before the pandemic.
Victor remembers all the dates.
And 2020. Wow.
So you could see that we had a great vision in terms of what we want to do and where we're driving with this. I think the person that gets hold of me every day, able to get hold of me, whether it's comrade is Taffy, and I think probably I'm the only person that is able to get, because he's as busy hold of him. That's why it's me. You understand? So, but then it's constantly non-stop is discussing things. I hardly get 4 hours sleep. But that's me, and my body's been trained like that. It's constantly, what do we do next? The next idea. And we'll have a conversation. I said, okay, let's give DJ Abass a call. What do you think about this? We still run ideas through him. Like I said, that he's been part of this family, part of this journey from the word go. And I would like to say, we really appreciate, and I'd really want to say thank you.
I will send my invoice. Don't worry, I'll send my invoice.
No, thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Taffy,
absolute pleasure.
I mean, Victor Taffy. Obviously, every time I come to your club, there's always something different. It could be the lighting. It could be the decor. Who comes up with these ideas all the time? Like, you know what? We need to change this. You know what? I want that.
So I'll tell you. I'll tell you a funny story.
Because every day you guys are improving. Every day, every week, every month. There's something new with VBO.
I've got a friend of mine who owns a very beautiful club in Birmingham.
Okay.
His name is Dexter, Kings of Club in Birmingham. If you're in Birmingham, check it out. Yeah, it's a nice place. And recently, I think that there's some new additions that we added and stuff. So
I think the light on the staircase.
I think it was something like that outside. So I obviously snapped it. I snapped it, and then
put it out there.
I put it out there as part of our promo and stuff like that. And the guy called me straight away. He viewed it. He called me straight away, and then he said, "Oh my guy, oh, your place is looking good, you know, oh, that's amazing. Hook me up with the decorator, hook me up with the designer. Said, oh, hook me up with the designer, because you know I did. And then I said, oh, okay, let me do that. So I now send him Vic's number, because you sent me the wrong number. I've got Victor's number. I said, yeah,
that's the main designer behind everything in VBO.
Yeah.
But you know what? Say you came into the game with zero management, club, lifestyle, and then you keep coming with these ideas.
Lifestyle.
Yes.
But
lifestyle. They all club scene.
I think that include lifestyle, because I never used to club.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
So I've had few people said, "Oh, I've seen you at this club. I met you at this club." I said, "No, not me.
It wasn't me."
Because I know. You know, I never used to. But I've always had this dream.
Club. I don't see that face. We don't see this face. Yeah.
But I've always had a dream about having a place where, from young age. I remember, I think I was 14 when I bought my hairdressing kit, Babin kit. My brother lives in Atlanta would justify. He was the one that hooked me up. Then where I was very young, my older brother, he probably gonna see this video. He said to me, "Oh, my friend wants to sell this hairdressing clip, this barbing salon clippers. You know, do you want to buy them?" And I remember I bought the kit because I had some pocket money when I was very young, and my vision was to open a hairdressing salon because I love it. Those days of R&B, hip hop, and I love the way, you know, like guys will have fun in barbershop. You understand? So to me, it's all about, you know, looking at something that both men and women, where they're going to play games, or an activity that's going to make them happy. I never knew it was going to be clubbing. You understand? So it comes down to, because I've always said that no matter how rich I get, whether I'm the richest man in the world or whatever, there must be an entertainment place for people. Because it's like I always enjoy when people are happy, and that is why our goal sometimes there will be a night where we will say, tonight let's make sure that people have fun. It's not about money, because you realize that even though people are not spending money, it's, you know, there's, you know, the time of, you know, hardship, and you realize that yes, you know, you see the numbers. You might see 500 people, you might see how many people, you might see a lot of people, you know, so you might see the numbers, but they're not spending. But to us, we want to make sure there's a vibe. So that night is to focus on the vibe. Good music, everything. I will give it up to everyone that has been in the family.
And the music here.
Yes. So we give it up to everybody, and another key members of this team, the key management, you know, our key management, Kat, Amanda, and, you know, our, you know,
everything just ties up.
Yes. Our DJs have been here, KC is here, Alvin First Choice. Alvin has been here, has been a key pillar to everything we're doing
DJ Sean too is already.
DJ Sean is also here. So, you know, Alvin has been key members of everything we do here, including, you know, technicality, everything to be well. Even when he's somewhere, he's here. Even when he's traveling, he's here. So it's all about, everything we do is about a family. Yeah, I don't exclude myself to say I'm this. You know, Taffy doesn't exclude you know, everybody doesn't exclude. We're right on track. Like what Abass said is that we are always on ground. And we build a team where even the senior management team gets involved. You mop the floor, we do this, you're always on the go, we're always on the go. So you see me, I've gone to clear the tables, and someone said to me, "Oh, why are you clearing the table? Let me do it." I said, no, it's alright, you know. So we do that. That's what we all do. You know, we don't, you know, say this, you understand? So we'll keep an eye on it. You know, security, we're keeping an eye on security. Even when I'm not in the country, I'm on the phone, you know, I'm on the CCTV. I'll say to Taffy, "Oh, Taffy, check outside. I'm seeing this. Can you tell the security to look at this place, to be here?" So I'm not in the country, but I'm also not asleep. I know you might sound awkward. That's what people might say, you need to switch off. But, you know, we always say that, why should I switch off when, you know, I'm asleep, I can't, you know, I'm getting bored. Not that, you know, the senior management can't handle it, you know, but like I said, that there will be certain ideas, certain
That only you can
things
see
that
as well.
only me can see, or they would want, you know,
little
me
bit of
to
nudge.
okay it,
Yeah.
or you understand that I have to be there.
Yeah,
So I'm constantly, but it's worked. So I don't have a problem with it.
That system's
that
been
system
working.
has been working.
Yeah,
You
that's
understand?
good. Yeah.
So we all communicate.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if I'm not here, Taffy's not here, we're speaking. So you know, even when both of us are not here, not that we've had only when during pandemic, only when you were unwell and I also wasn't around, you know, but you were still at home.
Yeah.
You know, being reachable. I was not in the country, but you know,
So when
they
you're
had to
upset
reach
with him,
him.
then Taffy,
No,
why
he
you
was
still at
at
home?
home. Taffy was at home,
Okay,
but
yeah.
then they can still reach him to, you know.
Can I ask this,
Yes.
Taffy? Is there anything Victor's done to upset you that you say, Victor, no, why are you doing this? Or Victor, vice versa? Is there anything else happening?
I think everybody will say to you that, don't speak to Taffy because you will hear Victor in him. You understand? So because the answer that I would give to you, he knows because we are like
Okay,
No,
seriously.
I mean, honestly,
Wow, that's tight. That's tight.
craziest
That's
thing is-
tight.
So yes.
Because people want to see that happen, you know, like
I think you build a bond like
yeah,
you build
yeah.
a bond like, you know, like he said that even at some point I think you said to me the other day that your mom said, you know, that's your two brother, you know, like you know, we're like brothers and we so it's there.
Big up.
No, honestly, I think that the trick in it, and it's again learning, and obviously, like DJ Abass said, you guys, Casey will also say it, and you know, often I always say to you guys, you know, how much you helped us, and you know, obviously we had to learn very fast because we were, you know, we're very we're novice, you know. And
How much was your guy charging for consultation? How much was he charging?
We package everything.
How much was he charging?
you're no longer doing an interview, Femi. You're doing a Spanish Inquisition. It's no longer an interview. But honestly, like I think what happened over the years is, you know, these guys were very integral. We learned a lot. So when they were in, I think especially when we first started, you guys were here quite often.
Oh, yeah.
And we did so many things together. And you
It was
know,
so
we
new
were
for us,
talking.
you know.
Because that experience goes a long way. It
And
goes
you
a
know,
long
we used to
way, yeah.
talk and we used to listen. After the night, we would sit down. They would say, you know, we'll listen, and like, you know, me and Vic, we speak. Probably in a day, we probably spend about 4 hours talking on the phone.
Wow.
You know, so in
Just
the
for the
morning.
betterment of the
It's just but then what it is, it's the same thing. The question that you're asking is like, oh, as you say something that has upset you. We maybe in the early days you would say that, but where we are now, where we are now, we don't upset each other. If anything else, it is like when he says something that, you know, is different from what I'm saying, I never look at it as in to say it's offense or it's whatever. The same way I would say, so we're constantly you know, exchanging and think, so you might say, no, Taffy, you don't say that, or no, Taffy, you don't do that. Same thing, I might, you know, back and forth. But the main important thing that I've always said about VBO, which is, you know, I think you touched on it earlier. I think a lot of people will obviously claim also to have the same thing, and because I'm not there, so I can't speak for them. I can only speak for us. But one of the things that we've really been able to do is relationships are so important to us. Very important to us. You know this, 100%. We treat people well. You know, and we treat people with respect. We love our people. We include our people. We listen. We're not arrogant people. We're not, you know, and we build a family. And you know, there's some guys now. These guys were patrons, and they are still patrons up to now. And these guys, you know, these guys will come on a day like today, like a Thursday, maybe
chill out.
When they think, not even just to chill out, just to be like, bro, are you okay? What's going on? You know, we're going there. Do you need help with anything? Do you know what I mean? And these are not like, they're not getting paid for this. They're not, you know, they're not like, you know, but it's just those relationships because we and as I was saying, I said it to Vic the other day. I was like, bro, do you realize how many families, you know, over these past 4 years, how many families you have fed in that sense, in terms of like, you understand? Obviously, people are working for their money. They're not. It's not a favor, but at the end of the day, there is that
they got a job.
There is that responsibility of. What did we count that time? About 32
to 34 staff
every night.
Wow.
We counted almost about 30 something staff
every night.
And this over the years. So these are people who are depending on their salaries and their wages and their whatever.
And most of them have been permanent staff.
Permanent.
Exactly.
Teaching DJs. You can imagine now on a Saturday, we have 8 DJs. 8 DJs. Week in, week
upstairs,
out.
downstairs.
Yes, 8 DJs. On a Friday, is it 6?
6.
Yeah. Friday varies.
Varies.
Yeah, I come with my own.
Abass comes with his own. So when Abass is here, we like going into that huge number. But on Saturday, we're 8.
Wow.
So you can imagine the Friday that Abass is here, we're about 7, 8 as well. You understand? So it's a huge. You look at that DJ team, then and it's week in, week out. Whether we are full up or we're not, they are paid. And the same thing: security, kitchen, bar staffs, management.
Wow.
And I'll tell you one thing. I don't know. Maybe Abass, you're obviously biased, but there is nobody that you find, in this who's worked with VBO who will talk about that they owed money. Yeah, there is nobody who will say to you that these guys, we believe,
and that's very important.
Very, very.
No one will walk away here. We sometimes on a Monday or on a Tuesday when we do the expenses and we do whatever, we'll talk to each other and we'll say,
this thing got us a bit.
Yes, but one thing.
But that's what kept you guys going.
But one thing that we agreed on, and we agreed on this early on, and we said, bro, even if the week ends, even if everything goes and nothing comes out and we're all thing, but one thing is everybody who's worked gets paid. And there's no owing, I'll pay you next week, or no. Even sometimes I'll tell you, all the people who work here, they're supposed to get paid. I think we've got a system where by the end of the week you get paid. I'll tell you, first thing Monday morning, everyone's got their money in their account.
And that should not be taken lightly. You see, when you look at times why black businesses fail, a lot of times there's no handbook that lists all those reasons. But if you're in the game, and like I told you, the structure is one thing. The management is another. How many venues do you know that in a 4-year cycle have retained the majority of their staff? I'm in the game. I go to venues and I see the turnover. But you come in and it's almost like clockwork. Same security, because there's also a major bonus there. Same security, same bar staff. They know you know them. They know what It works. And I'm going to throw a question into in 4 years, can you guess how many steps people have walked into this place?
We talked about that.
So how many steps?
How many people have walked in?
Wow.
How many
Can you remember 4 years?
And let me give you a guide. Let's say on average you get 500 each night. People. Friday, Saturday. How many would you have got? Don't calculate in 4 years.
I've done the calculation.
I think we did we talked about
because I know
roughly.
I know.
Oh, okay. Tell me.
It's 208,000 people.
Yes. I was coming close to that.
208,000 people. You don't see it You don't see it, but that is the movement.
You know one of my
Muslims still
208,000.
One of my favorite quotes or sayings it's something that Jay-Z said at some point, and he said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie.
Numbers never lie.
200 what?
You know what, guys? We're talking about the 40th anniversary, guys. What are we doing for the 40th anniversary? Celebrating this wonderful venue. I think that is taking not London to another You see what I mean? Because this is the number one club in UK right now. I'd say no more. The number one spot. No one can take that away. And then the celebration, 4-year anniversary. What's your plan?
I think one of the biggest challenges that we've always had when it comes to anniversaries is because, again, with Vic has got grand ideas. You know, he wants to do this, he wants to do. Then sometimes I feel like, oh, bro, you know, we can't really take it off. But I think what we're gonna do this year, and especially, you know, and again, Victor is someone who shies away from, you know, applauds where spotlight is on him, and we can now say a lot of time. So a lot of time.
Like he's surprised on his birthday, innit? Just like surprised on his birthday. I'll never forget. You put him on the spot on that one.
You do like that, yeah. That was a good
exactly, thing. Yeah.
But I think we constantly, and I also constantly talk to him about the who motivates the motivator. Do you understand? You know, there are times where, you know, you need those things to feel appreciated, to remind you of why you do it, to remind you of why the hard work is there, and you know, like it's constant. This business is not Monday, Friday, it's not Friday, Saturday, Sundays. People see you. You know, we are 24/7.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're talking at 3 in the morning.
This business is not for everybody.
No. You understand?
It's not for everybody.
You know, if you're not,
we don't see it.
Yeah,
very tough.
Because it's just the
it's
end
not,
product.
you know, there's no clock-in machine. You know, so many relationships over the years when you meet different people and stuff like that, and people never understand that bit where it's not clocking. You're still working, and this time you're still working.
If it's not right, you don't leave.
This is not. Do you understand?
That's how it works.
You know. So when going back to your question of what are we going to do, we have decided, obviously, because the calendar has worked the way that it has, and we've already got events going on and stuff like that. So we're going to delay the anniversary celebrations.
Okay.
We're going to put them forward to the week of the 8th.
Of September.
Yeah, 8th of September.
The weekend of the 8th.
The weekend of the 8th, the 8th and the 9th of September.
So it's a weekend apart.
Yeah. So we have special. We have agreed with our main man, DJ Abass and Casey. They're gonna have a special night.
Wow.
So this is gonna be a special night, which doesn't happen so often. Casey and Abass.
Friday, Saturday.
Casey versus Abass.
That's
exclusive.
It's a problem.
Exclusive weekend. 40th anniversary.
We're bringing VBOs to VBO.
Wow.
This has been a talk of a lot of barber shops, a lot of barbecues, a lot of KC versus Abass.
For me, I want to say congratulations to you guys. Congratulations and job well done. You know what I mean? You know, you had that vision and you put the vision to work, and it's still working. You know, and it's the number one spot. So congrats to you guys. 40th anniversary, and then moving forward, what should people be expecting from VBO? Wow. Moving forward after the 40th anniversary.
I think, like I said, that you know, we will continue for God to continue to grant us that strength, grace, to drive things forward. Like I said, I give thanks to all the management at VBO. Everyone has been an integral part of the success that we have. Like what the Jabba said, is that we've retained our senior management team. Have been around since we opened. You understand? And that is because we have good working relationship. Everybody would have a goal. Sometimes they will say to me that I'm crazy. I'm coming up with ideas that, you know, but in the end, the ideas works. Yeah, like Taffy said, that's why they call me the Oracle. So, but, you know, we are all, you know, we listen to each other. We come up with an idea. We listen, and I might come up with crazy things. That is how I'm
wired.
I'm wired. I come up with an idea, and I just don't come up with it and not know what to do with it. I come up with it, and I say, "This is how we can do it to work," and I'm physically there to support. You know, to make it work, and we all carry everybody along. You understand? So. So we got the support. Kat is not here, Amanda is not here. These have been senior members of the team, and we'll give it to them. Everybody in the back, behind the scene, in the kitchen, everywhere. Our security team, everyone has been part of the success we have today, because everybody listened to the model. It goes back again to what I said, is that the model. We've had a model, and we've driven the model. And one of the things is that when the senior management team are driving the model, everybody follows. And we just try to make sure that we don't derail from that model that we have, and that is part of all hands on deck.
Wow.
And that is our success story. But we will continue to drive things forward and continue to set the benchmark.
Yeah, I think just to add to what Vic said, which is very important. As DJ Abass has said, we've got security guys who opened with us. 4 years the security guys still there.
Still with you guys.
Blacks, blacks, and all those
And
guys. They've been 4 years later. They're still
It
here.
says a lot about the venue.
100%.
When I go to venues, the question I ask, anybody that started with you?
Yeah.
I just throw it in there, but they don't know what I'm asking. It says a lot about anywhere you want to have a working relationship with.
Look at the girls at the bar. Chris, Chris TV, Beatrice, like those girls. They've been there from get-go.
Same faces.
It's a working relationship with them, which is.
But I think going back to Ed, to what you were saying about what can you expect from VBO, again the vision is the same. What we concentrate on is we concentrate on the essence of the clubbing kind of thing. So as a punter, if I'm going clubbing, I'm not concerned about if the place is making money or if it's not making money. I'm not concerned of. What I want to do is go and have a good time. And what makes me have a good time? I want good music. I want a good atmosphere. I want a place that's thing.
That's secure.
So at the end of the day, we still focus very much on that. We keep on investing in people, in relationships. We keep on bringing good people around who can, want to work with us, who can want to bring that. And like what you were saying, some of the guys that you were interviewing earlier, off camera, there's already an idea that was born and where people
100%,
you see what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's those things that we can just promise people to say, listen, we're around, we're not, with God's grace, we're not planning to go anyway. And we've spoken about this with Vic a long time. The investment is there, the commitment is there. So just expect bigger and better things from VBO.
Yes, bigger and better. Abass, obviously in-house.
No.
40th anniversary.
Fully in-house.
Fully in-house.
The Versus is coming up. It's coming up, and like I
You need to promote that verse as well.
No, it's the Versus. I had two with Oma White in the
We
past.
will, definitely. The Versus. I'm looking forward to it.
Trust me.
I'm
there's only one winner.
Yeah,
I won't mention the winner's name.
Let's make this happen. Let's make it. The Versus, that's a new one. I like that. I like that. It's a big one. And I'm looking forward to that.
Trust me.
I'm looking forward. It's going to be. Yo, guys, you hear this first.
Calm down.
I know, it's exclusive. They need to know.
DJ Abass, DJ KC, heavyweight brands.
Yes.
Seasoned, tried and tested.
Yes.
And our numbers know where they're getting.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a versus. And somebody must win.
Yeah. Somebody must.
Yes.
Who's that? Who's gonna
come
win?
and find out at the anniversary gig?
Yes. That's the 8th and the 9th of September, guys.
Yes, so tell your friends,
dates for
tell your
the diary. Dates for you that. Yeah. So obviously you're looking forward to that day.
Oh, also, definitely.
What's the plan?
For me, what I enjoyed, you won't believe it. One of the things I enjoyed the most about this place is 5 minutes away from me. Femi, I've come here before. I forget things at home, and boom, I'm gone, and I'm back. Yes,
just like that.
It's just like I'm blessed with this place.
It's perfect. I love it. Me too.
Just working. I love it. And like I said, more importantly, I'm not playing today now. True. And there are times I just walk in, I sit down, and I stress that thing that the building is one thing. The management
is another.
It's just as important, if not more, because it is the people that drive it under a vision. If you don't have that, venues don't work.
Yeah.
So it's if I was going to say anything, I'll just say keep that model working, because clearly it's working. One of the biggest challenges we have in entertainment within our community is we start well. They open restaurant, they start well. They open club, they start well. 6 months down the road, if rice is not as tasty as before, the club, it just seems to take a nosedive. The only thing that's kept this thing on an upward trajectory is because his vision and his dogma. You know, say Victor no agree. Victor get dogma, but it's good because it works. You know, it works, and once everybody understands that thing and work with it, this is what you get. It's not by
VBO is here to stay.
No, it's not by error.
100%. In the next 10 years, we're going to come back and tell you guys. Did we not tell you?
No, there will be VBO Edmonton.
Yeah.
And then VBO
International.
And then VBO Dubai.
Yes. Say no more. Say no more.
Definitely.
Taffy, your last word for our viewers.
My last word is I just want to give a big thank you to everybody who's passed through here, those who frequent the place. We appreciate you. Those who come every now and again, we appreciate you. Everything that we've been talking about, the vision, the investment, the everything does not work if people are not coming through the door. So to all those people who trust us, to all those people who have got to know us, who've got to understand what we're about, and who constantly support us, because that's what is really important. So I just my word is just to all those people, and especially you guys. We've learned so much from you.
Yes, sir. I will send my invoice. Usman will send the invoice.
honestly, we have we learned a lot, and even
we're still growing. We're still growing.
Continue to support you.
Absolutely.
Continue to push.
We're still growing.
Anything important that happens or that we're planning, I'm on the phone to DJ A. DJ A, I'm thinking about this. We're thinking about this. Okay. Yesterday, even I said, bro, this is what's going on, and all the time I can trust. But to everybody who supported VBO and who continues to support VBO, we thank you very much. We appreciate you, and thank you, and keep coming. There's more to come here.
Yeah, that's it's 4th edition, and long may it continue. It's as you know, what I represent as a person in this country is just having African excellence. So I want to support you, but I want you to also deliver. I don't want to support you just because you're African, but if I have the option of an African and a European, and the African matches up to the European, I'm going for the African.
Straight up.
You get it? So if I'm inviting people to a venue, because I know I'm going to get feedback, I'm always the first person to get that feedback. You get it? And there are times when I've not been sure about certain things, and I'll call Victor. I will speak with Victor. I'll say no, it's not like that. It's this or that, and I'll factor that into how I respond to some of my people as well. And the fact that there's an opportunity for us to have this conversation, because remember, this is it's a numbers game. It's a people game.
Yeah,
people come and they go, and the number of repeat returnees I get just makes me know I'm in the right spot.
But understanding goes along.
I know I'm in the right spot. So
yes.
And that's just me. But the same with others as well who come of their own volition to the place. So 4th edition, we do the versus. The 5th one, maybe we do a destination.
Can't wait.
I know they have the resources. So
I can't wait. Victor, the last word for our viewers.
Yes, I want to say
40th anniversary.
I want to say thanks to everyone who has been supportive. I'll first of all start with the senior management of VBO, everybody, Kat, Amanda, Taffy, Arvin, I've got our executive board, DJ Abass, Casey, and the big shout out to our DJ team in-house, having Hope, Raymond, DJ Sean, who was taking the Sussex, DJ Sean, who was taking the baton for Saturdays and driving the Saturday forward. We'll have our new entries, Lucien, Grizzly, and the rest. But I want to say big thank you to everyone, our patrons who have been supporting us for the past 4 years. People who come in here every day, I want to say thanks. Like what Taffy said earlier, we won't be able to do this without you all, and we will continue to drive things forward. Like I said, I've always had this goal to continue to provide the best, set a benchmark, and we always strive to beat our yesterday. Like I said, I don't do competition. I try to beat my yesterday.
Wow.
So yesterday, we believe today will be better than yesterday, and tomorrow will be better than today.
That's it, guys. Industry House. VBO Lounge.
It's a wrap.
Trust me, it's a wrap.
It's
a wrap. Big up. That's the CEO, VBO Lounge, telling you guys 40th anniversary celebration. DJ Abass.
Yes, sir.
Versus
KC, never been done, guys. You don't want to miss this.
Been done before.
Where?
I won't tell you the results. It's been done before.
KC.
Yes.
Where?
I won't tell you.
Okay.
I have the right to.
I'll come and see the next one. Let me come and see the next one that is coming up. This one's gonna be big. Any surprises on that? Any surprises?
They're gonna be. They will go.
Any surprises on that?
We've done that. I think we did that. Let's say 2 years ago. One of your night, we gave out some goodies too. Some money trays.
But we're gonna keep that in the bag.
Yeah. So guys, did you hear that?
Surprise.
So make sure you come. Obviously, this is number one spot right here, VBO Lounge. Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the place to be. You know.
And as Femi will say no more.
Say no more. We there, man. Industry House.
Say no more.
Taffy and the boss himself. You know what, guys? This is a wrap. You know, we see you guys same place, same time right here. Make sure you go subscribe, like, and support our YouTube channel. You know, Industry House Podcast.
Details on screen.
Yeah, details will be on screen. You know, please make sure you go subscribe, like, and support this channel. You know, we're live at VBO Lounge, and watch out for Industry House coming up. Industry House party.
Yes.
Or Industry House. Every second does something. Industry something. It's coming. Watch out for this space, guys. Watch out for this space. It's coming. Industry House Podcast. Life at VBO. Thank you, guys. We see you same time, same place.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.